Am I good? Come on. Oh, there's Twitch, there's YouTube. Majma! Hi everyone! Oh, is that actually live? I do definitely see YouTube. Is there a Twitch? I'm refreshing my Twitch to make sure. Yes, I am live. Majma, hi everyone. I tried very hard not to be late this time, and I say that because I still have snacks in front of me. So, I'm probably going to be eating during the first part of the stream. And I want to say it's because I got off work late, but that's a lie. I finished my work early and then got distracted making merch. So, I mean, that's still technically work, I guess. It's just not the work you would expect me to be doing during, like, hours of 9 to 5. But either way, we are now here working on a garden. And I am very excited to see what we can turn this one into. The rest of the house is done. We did the rest of that on the previous streams. So I really want to get this house done today, and then we'll either move on to more jobs, or on to, doing another house. I don't know which one yet. We'll see how much money we get from this one. Hi, Fauna, how are you? My hand tracking is not cooperating right now very well. It's like, kind of, but not really. Either way, if you see my hand flail and do something weird, just blame it on the weird tracking setup at the moment. Like that. Hi, Samaj, how are you? Alright. Let me move this to the side. Or let me move to the side. Not the game. There we go. And then, so last time we did, like, this little corner of the garden. And man, this is such a little corner compared to the rest of the garden that we have to do here. Oh, let me also turn off my dynamic lighting on my character. We have a nice little path all the way to the front. Something more wild. And I'm doing good. I am excited to be back to this game. And, oh, I am now in the dark. That's gonna make productivity a bit hard. Well, not really. There's a lot of times that I end up working in the dark. The more so recently I've had my, ceiling light on more often. That's just because day job occasionally have the camera on for calls and stuff. Popcorn is yummy. Now let's start with the section that we're more confident on. So since I want to do flowers over here, let's figure out what flowers. Can I also change what kind of ground is here? Yeah, darkness is friend. I like friend. The outside. No? Is there no... I know we could, like, lawnmower this, but I don't think that's the way we want to go. I was kind of hoping that they had something where you could change it to mulch or something. Actually, let's just search mulch. Mulch? Nope. You just end up with pots and stuff. I suppose the other option is to make it like a raised bed, but I don't really want to do that either. So if I did a raised bed, then that would be just a little bit odd. Tile the ground? I don't think I can tile the ground either. I think you can only tile built things, which would make it into a raised bed then. So hang on, if I grab my building tool, and let's just pretend for a second that we're gonna do this. I sure hope we can get rid of this later if it doesn't work. So something like that, then we should be able to tile that. Oh, bit of lag there. So particle board could probably look like... No, we can't change the color of it. Red marble is going to be way too shiny. Pea gravel? That might work. Change the color to... that one? Pop that down. I suppose the other question is, can you even put plants on this? Oh, I am RGB. Hi, Adam. How are you? I feel like this is going to be very, very modern compared to, like, the rest of it. You're okay? That's good. Being okay is good. Shrub. We'll just grab random bush. Okay. So we can put bushes and stuff on there. So that is a way to do a raised planter. I still don't know if raised planter is the way to go on this. I kind of want more wild than that. So I think I'm going to break this down. And we'll figure out something else. Oh yeah, Adam, are you excited for the Scrap Mechanics stream on Saturday? Because I am. It has been a while since I've played that game. And I've not thought of many more things that I want to make, but I'm sure as soon as I start playing, all of the ideas will flood back and I'll want to make everything. I think the main thing that I want to make is probably just some kind of, like, RV, almost. And anything that is a, like, car but also does other useful things is where I'm at. I spent last hour searching the shallows in Subnautica, searching for replacements for the rare fish you accidentally ate. Oh, that sucks. Did you end up finding a replacement? Aw, that's the worst. And you spend so long doing something and you don't even manage to accomplish it. That sucks. Oh, what kind of lights do you want down? Maybe like these little green path lights would be cute. Oh, doesn't like there? Not allowed? Why not allowed? I keep getting like glimpses of green where it's like, yeah, that works. I suppose it just doesn't like hills. I think doing a little pathway of lights probably is gonna look really cute. The question is if we want to do it on the little side trail that we have too, or if we only want this to be a main trail thing. And this is probably overdoing it with the lights, honestly. Probably go with like half that amount. We'll see though. We'll see when it gets to be nighttime. For now I need to figure out the plants that we want to do there and how we're doing the little barrier around it. Oh, do we have a little log thing? Scrap Mechanics sort of excited, sort of nervous? What has you nervous? That's what I'm curious about now. Because I should hope you're excited. Oh, I also just realized that I've been playing with the HUD off. HUD might be useful. I want this to go the other orientation. Like, that'd be such a great orientation for this. Oh, you have a story to tell when we start streaming. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Fireplace logs doesn't really work. Stone? How about rock? Do we have any cool rocks? Yeah, we have some cool rocks. Hope we do. Question is, can we turn these into a nice garden barrier? That certainly doesn't work. And I can't move it either. It's once you place it, it's stuck. For rock and stone? I am confused. Oh wait, you mean the whole, how I forgot about mining in the, in Satisfactory. Not Satisfactory, in Scrap Mechanic. Other game. Yeah, I knew there was a spot over here. That feels like it's too close there, though. And now that I placed it, I have to sell it. This is gonna be a bit of a struggle. You know, this would be nice if I could see where I was actually placing it. How do you even place this? That's my question now. I don't know how you would ever manage to place this. Same with this one. It is just so big, and it's an entire rock wall. It would be really cool for... Oh, it went green for a second. Okay, so apparently that's how you place it. I'm gonna place it and see what this looks like. How the frick do you work with this? That's my question. It is solidly just rock wall. If you do it right, I could see this working out really well. You could make nice little, like, valley paths and stuff like that. But I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that with something like that. Oh, that's an activation phrase for Plays of Deep Rock Galactic? Fair enough. I have no idea with that kind of thing. Oh, here we go. We've got Little Rock now. I could work with this a lot easier. Let's do like Little Rock there. Is this another Little Rock? Yeah, kinda. Kinda Little Rock. Do a Little Rock there. I have another one. Maybe a bigger rock here. And then if we fill like that spot with flowers, I think that'll look really nice. Is this too big? Maybe that works. Oh no, that feels too levitaty. That is too levitaty of a rock. Levitaty is such a weird word, but it fits. Oh, I also just realized that I forgot to loop on my music. There we go. This one. Let's do a Little Rock. There. Kind of blend it out. It'll let me. That one does not want to go there. How about this rock? No? Unhappy? I mean, I guess it likes there. I want a rock in the middle, though. Uncooperative. But let's see if that works well with when we actually like stick plants in it. So we need shrubs of some kind for the backdrop. What kind of shrub do we want? I want something kind of tall, but not very wide. Ooh, that might work. I suppose it does make sense with the pine forest, because you would probably have other plants that thrive in colder climates, which I believe holly is one of those. But I'm also not entirely sure on it. Could also do raspberry bushes, I believe I saw. Blackberry, raspberry. Let's do for this one. This raspberry bush. What if we just cover with raspberries? It sounds like a very me thing to do. Oh, I should probably twist the middle one at least. I suppose it actually makes sense it didn't pop through and just be peeking onto the porch a bit. That is very much something raspberries would do. There. It is finicky with where it wants to be placed, though. Alright. So surrounding the raspberry bushes feels almost too bright. I think that's a no. I think also doing it too monotonous doesn't work. We need, like, a mix of things. Maybe we do a tall blueberry bush. This just couldn't be. I've never seen a blueberry bush before. I've seen blackberries and I've seen raspberries, but I've never seen a blueberry bush in real life. Blackberries, and then there's the blackberry I was looking for. Kind of the more wild one. Though did we want this to be flowers instead of, like, food? Because food was supposed to be around back. Food was supposed to be over by the kitchen. So if we want flower-based, then maybe a rose bush? Blech. That does look quite nice. If we do like a different rose bush on each. So we do have 3 different kinds of rose bushes. That does feel quite nice. And then, what if we do... Wait, rosebush counts as hanging? Does that mean I can, like, carry this up? No? Then you're not hanging. Why are you under hanging plants? I am confused. Okay, so that counts as a hanging plant. That would work. You were also not a hanging plant. You were disguised as a hanging plant. Come on, cooperate with me. I like the idea of putting vines and stuff up there. It is just finicky as all heck right now. Where is the one that goes across? Actually, instead of these guys, we could do these ones. I think we also use that one somewhere inside as well. Do we even have one that just goes down? I guess that one. That one does. So then maybe instead of a rose bush on this one, we just have that plant entirely? If it'll let me. This is one very finicky plant. Troublemaker. I don't think you're the only one there, Faxian. I'm pretty sure the others are just lurking at the moment. So that one's not a good one. Is this one gonna work now? No, it just does not like. Oh, wait. Outward. I don't know if that's good. Yeah, there is Twitch as well. There are at least 4 on Twitch. Oh, what if we do that on the higher one? That's probably a bad idea, though. I thought that I wanted to do an upper window there, too, but I don't think that works on the inside, either. I see a spot I didn't get properly. I need to fix that, or it's gonna bug me. Where's the ladder? I need a ladder. Building accessories. Try the smaller ladder. Come on. Come on. Let me up there. It's at least gotten me high enough. There we go. I fixed the spot. Alright. So now this thingy. Don't leave that there. Oh. Do I try it on the upper section or not? I don't think it's gonna fit very well there. Maybe the paper one is the best option then? Problem is getting it to frame nicely. Oh, that one sweeps across the top. That's for like draping. Okay, I see. That one? How does that one look? No. That one's not good for that. That one's too heavy of a vine. No, that just looks unsupported, frankly. All that. Got a cute straight one too. Oh, what if we use that across the way? Yeah, that looks a lot better. And then we have that one, but that's just a lot of hanging one. And it's very tall. It's also the wrong color. How do I manage that? Sell that one. Oh, we could use a spindly one. Maybe? Oh, maybe spindly one is only good for horizontal, if it'll let me. There we go. Good for carrying on that. That's good, at least. I think that does do pretty well to get some of it kind of out into the rest of this place. I almost want to try and put it on that beam, but it just doesn't quite have the support it needs for that. I guess that works. That doesn't look too bad. Maybe I should try and get on top of that, and then see if I can slap a bit more on the upper section. But I think before we do that, let's add back one of the rose bushes. This one. Because I think that helps hide the transition a bit better. And now we have what feels like a little bit more of an integrated kind of house. Starting to meld with the landscape. Let me grab a ladder. You'd live in this house? That means I've done a good job. I'm happy. Now where is that one that needs top bit? This one. Yeah? Right there? Is that? Yeah. Okay, so that gives it the little bit more oomph it kind of needs there. Meow. Maybe do the same on this one too. I am half tempted to throw one in the middle too. Well, let's see how that looks first. Yeah, that definitely feels like it has a good kind of oomph to it now. Oh, what if we did it on the end too? That might work. Not in the middle, but over on the other side. And then we could have it look like it's coming up from the bottom. And maybe without the rose bush this time to keep it feeling different than the other ones. There we go. Yeah, I think having it there does help it a little bit more too. And then if we do... Are you another on top one? Are you supposed to go up here? Yeah, you are. Right there. Have it bridge that gap a little bit? Yeah. I think that helps. And then we can do maybe this one? No, that's... maybe, because it kind of bleeds over that, which looks interesting to me. We use the same one over here, but it's mostly covered by the rose bush, so I don't feel like it feels that repetitive. That one's the one that drapes on the ground, so that's not the one we want. This one could work? Yeah. And then what if we add to this side too? Give it that little bit more oomph. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for, is breaking the pattern while making it still feel like it makes sense. I think that works. Having it drape onto the ground too. Might want to move the trash can somewhere else, we'll see. but that definitely helps a lot. That upper section still feels a little bit too empty to me. So we might need to find something else to break up that as well. Oh, what if we put a wall decoration up there? That might work. Not ceiling decor, wall decor. So we could do something silly like a Christmas garland. But I guess that's not really silly. That's fairly normal, isn't it? I'm silly for thinking that's silly. I don't think a steering wheel makes sense here. Oh, maybe birds? That could look cute. Birds flying from the door, maybe. So if we do... I probably want these to be wooden birds. I think wooden birds would be super cute. Maybe do... one there. And then... do... the other bird. There-ish. Move that from that side, and then one more kind of there. That does kind of fix it. I'm not sure if that's 100% what I want. I think this bird needs to move to the left some. I do like that they're still mostly visible, even, like, behind the beam and everything. So that kind of works? It might also just be a bit abstract. That's not gonna work. Decorative planks isn't quite right. I feel like I should put those in the kitchen, almost. Just drying herbs seems like something they do there. Though I suppose I didn't want that in, like, a dark, dry place, so maybe in the basement would be a better spot for those. Clock doesn't make sense. You just have signs for museum. I guess the birds feel like the best bet so far. Unless I really want to turn this into something wooden. Which could work. It's kind of large, but it could work. Do we like the natural, or do we want to try the other? That's fair. This place certainly does have a basement. It's basically one room up here, bathroom, and then the basement down here that we did last time. And while we're down here, why don't I just stick down the things that I wanted to? We could say they were drying herbs over here. Is this a little one? Yeah, that's a little one. We want the big ones. Hang on, I'm hydrating. Okay, I'm gonna wait until you're done. You done? Nope, not done. You done? How many you doing? It's 8. Freaking hell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Let me mark off those. Yes, I have drink water. Also, I have spare water in my mini fridge next to my desk. So do not let me forget if I end up getting doused that many times. Which I would not be overly surprised if that happens. It's happened before. Are we happy with that, or would they have more? I think I'm happy with that. Although it does feel almost too tucked away. So maybe over back here by the food storage? There we go. I think that's better. That feels much more correct. Okay, close that. And then we go back to working on the exterior. Still have to decide what we're putting on that section as well. For now, let's try figuring out what shrub we want down in front. Do a hazel? I kind of want something flowering, though. Flowering or otherwise pretty. Pine tree? We do have a whole bunch of pine trees around, so pine tree might work. It might be a bit silly, but it might work. Maybe by the entrance. Maybe just by the entrance is where we put this. So we have like that. Oh, that feels like it's not close enough to the side now. Maybe there? Yeah, that's a lot better. We'll put that there. What if we do larger pine tree on this side? Maybe? So that it's kind of just enough to block the view of the bins. That's kind of what I'm thinking for this one. Yeah. I have some experience. I've more done various art and, like, creative things for most of my life. So I've just done a lot of design games. I used to play The Sims as a kid. I make VTuber avatars now and VR chat avatars. So I've got a lot of experience with the design and stuff. I feel like I almost want white flowers. Or just lighter colored ones in general, maybe. I am glad you think it's Cozy Ghost. Ooh, what if we do crocuses? Oh, those are very small, though. Very, very small. That would take a lot to fill up space. It still might be worth it, but I don't know. It's an interesting plant, but it feels too tropical. What else we got? Little ficus? That might work. That kind of feels like it fills space. It's certainly not the flower I was going for. Well, maybe I don't need to go for flower. Because at the end of the day, if it works, it works. Crouch. And that certainly brings in the lighter color down further. So I'm kind of happy with that. What if we do ficus tree on the other side too? And even have that kind of spread out more. Might be a bit much with so many here. Kinda not really. What if we get it to spread out more with like these guys? Come on, work with me here. Yeah, that works pretty well. So that kind of brings the lighter color down. We need something else here. That's for sure. I guess let's go look back at our shrubs if we get to the bottom of this and it's still not happy. Oh, maybe? Not quite. Not quite. We might also want to bring in some more yellow into this garden. Because I know we have, like, the sunflower motif going on inside. Well, that brings more of that same color, but it feels too round. It is not wild enough. Hi, Aniki! Why are you exploding my chat? That's not necessary. Oh, that's a big one. I was not expecting that big. The bush was creeper-shaped. I mean, this one feels creeper-shaped, but short. That block is that bush is just block. I was about to say that block is just cube, but that's what block is. What if we do Hello Jasmine? Oh, maybe? Hi, 8-bit! Can you stack the bush? Let me see. Let me see if I can stack the bush. You cannot stack the bush, I am sorry. And how are you doing, 8-bit? I just realized something I forgot to do. No goons today? What do you mean, goons? I'm confused. So where is the thing I need? There it is. We will save. Oh, I am doing Thursday solo streams for now, because I'm trying to make sure that I'm still good at doing yapping and stuff. And then also, Squee had a headache today, I believe, so they decided to cancel stream on their end too. It is Thursday 8-bit, that's why I'm streaming. That would be really cute if it wasn't, like, such a modern vibe. And what is Gasp about? Such circular bushes. I suppose hazel is the more, like, non-circular kind of vibe. Maybe that, actually? That does give it kind of, like, the overgrown feeling. Because I do want this garden to feel kind of like you're just walking through a dense forest, so that is kind of vibes. I should really put some flowers down, because I keep wanting to put flowers down, but then I have not found a single flower I want to put down. Yeah, it's good to have the mix of them. And I think that's what I'm kind of learning. Because I've been trying to keep better track of how I feel before and after streams, so I can better keep tabs on what's working and what's not. And one of the things that I've learned is that having things more spaced out, where I'm like changing and trying new things, makes me a whole lot more excited to actually go and stream than trying to find something that works and repeating it for however many times I can. So it is definitely very good to try things. Stone crops? We do have stone here. Ooh, sword lily might work. Can I fit? Yes. That is always the goal, is finding out what makes things fun for me so that audience enjoys too. And yes, I very much enjoy creativity. I think that's one of the things that I was also missing on doing... You good? Do I need to wait for more before I continue what I was saying? Drink time? Okay, I will hydrate and then I will restate what I was saying. Alright, there was sip. Let me quickly mark that off. What I was finding with collabs is, while they were really fun, most of the group is not as creatively minded as me, it feels like. So then we end up playing less creative games, or I at least play creative games less creatively. Which, in moderation, is fun. But I do think I kind of need the break of, this is just creative stream. We'll see, Thursday streams might end up drifting towards doing more model or art stuff as well. For now, I'm just enjoying House Flipper, and I'm gonna keep enjoying it for as long as I keep enjoying it. What other flowers do we want? Leighton Rose? That's kind of a cute one. Oh, hyacinths seem like they'd be cute too. But they're so small. I don't want lavender bushes. I hate lavender bushes. You play games like Ark just so you can build things? Yes, this is very build game. Daffodils would be cute. Oh, actually, let's do more shrubbery along the base of this first before we fill in the flowers. Now that I've got a couple flowers down, we can focus more on the shrubbery. What is it that we can attempt to appease the Knights of Ni? Is that the ones that were in Monty Python asking for a shrubbery? That kind of works. Oh, the Knights Who Go Ni. Yeah, that's what it was. Monty Python is just such a goofy movie. Monty Python... Well, Monty Python as a whole is a goofy group. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is a goofy movie. Though I don't know if it's more or less goofy than the actual Goofy movie. That's what I'm uncertain of. I don't know where I would rank those two on scale of goofiness. And then you've also got the extremely goofy movie, which is a whole different one. Any other... Wait, what are these? Cranium. Those are cute. Did you ever go back to play Tiny Grove? Oh, you mean Tiny Glade? I pulled it up a couple times outside of stream, just to have something to fiddle with while I was doing other stuff. But I keep finding myself struggling with that game a bit. I feel like it's fun, but I can't say that it gets the balance of freeform to, what is it? Control. So, like, because there is a nice feature of having it basically decide for you what goes where, because it's less pressure, more or less. But then there's still a lot of things where it's like, I want to do X, and the number of steps required to make, say, a bench is absolutely ridiculous, to the point that you just don't really want to do it. Oh, I just realized that these have soil options under them. Ooh. But I can't change the color. I suppose if I want sunflower vibes, it still works. They're almost like sunflowers. Do those also have soil options? Change style. Soil, yes. And then you, soil, yes. I don't think you can really tell the difference at all, but I know the difference. I'm happy with it. I'm still not sure about that pop of yellow over there, though. I suppose it works. Where is the rest of those? Maybe this one? Change style, soil. This one's kind of a taller one. Is that even gonna work there? No. Don't work. Smaller one then? Change style, soil. Come on, there's gotta be a spot this fits. Can't even remember which game it was with. I had an idea now. I don't know if that's gonna work, but I got idea. Well, let me see if I can first put the thing down and then fit in my idea. So that'll be... there. And then can I get a gnome? No, we don't have a gnome in this game. I swore we had a gnome. In the seas, you can't remember it was a good game. Got it early access. Not feature complete. Trying to think of what it could possibly be. Oh, you, like, can't fit anything in there. That's unfortunate. I want something there. I guess let's sell this one. Oh, come on, that's not the sell tool. That's the sell tool. Sell that one, go with something wider in that spot. Maybe that'll help it. Shrubbery is probably the correct spot to be looking. I could just bring the hazel bush forward. That kind of works. So you've just got little spot of flowers there before it carries on doing whatever it feels like doing. I am curious what game you're talking about, because I have played a lot of creative type games, so I might have. Foundation. Frickin', hang on. Am I thinking of the right one? Yes, I do have Foundation. I did play Foundation for quite some time. That one was a pretty good one. I feel like that one actually got the balance right between freeform and creative control. Since you could build a lot of your own stuff, and a lot of the decor was easily placed yourself, but then other things were stuff that you had to work around, like where they placed the actual houses and stuff. You just kind of got to decide, over here is where houses are, and then once they put a house down, you could integrate it into the landscape a lot better. I wonder if I should play that one on stream sometime. Because I'd probably enjoy going back to that too. Yeah, they would beat down their own paths too. I'm happy with playing there. Keep coming back to the blueberry bush. I suppose we don't really have too many options in reality. Maybe that one goes there. Now let's get rid of that. How's Garden feeling? Garden's feeling pretty good. I don't even know how many unplayed games I have. That's a dangerous game to be playing. Oh, frick, I didn't mean to place that there. Yeah, they've improved a lot for the second game on this. There are still, like, a lot of things that don't quite feel right to me, but they're at least easily ignored for the most part, that you can just kind of have fun with it. Oh, hazel was what I wanted. The hazel bushes. Because I know, one of the things that I've been struggling with a little bit in this game, and I'm sure that you guys have noticed, is struggling to put things on, like, slopes and stuff. So there's definitely some things that are leaving a little bit to be desired in, like, the gardening area. But 90% of the stuff, I would say, like, at least 80%, is, like, this is great. I love this. Hey, Shadow! We need rocks again. Little rock? I forget my avatar shows my tongue out. I don't know why I do. I'm the one who made that. Oh, right, that's the one that's too big and floaty. I mean, see, that would work well for, like, a modern house. But for something like this, where I want to embrace slopes and just feed things in, it doesn't work as well. And then it's just a struggle. I picked up the floaty one again. Keep doing that. Oh, I can have that one touch the path. That's cute. And then... bigger rock? I don't want brutalistic, though. That's a different place, not this little cabin in the woods. Oh, this is big rock. I don't know if this one's gonna work here. Yeah, it's definitely not gonna work here. Maybe this one? Maybe this one again? I do think there is something nice about brutalism done right, but it is very hard to find examples of brutalism done right. That's at least what I think. But that's also because most of the brutalism architecture that I've seen were on, like, my college campus, and a lot of those structures just didn't feel nice. They were more disconcerting. Especially when you had, like, exams in one of those structures, then it was super daunting. I think the only examples of natural brutalism I have seen that I can, like, think of off the top of my head are structures that are meant to look post-apocalyptic. And those always do look really cool, in my opinion. I don't know if there is a setting for that. let me see what settings I do have, actually. Settings, gameplay. What's up? I'm on stream. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. I know, but for special events like that, you can just let me know, and yeah. Sorry. Huh? Squeeze not playing with me. My boyfriend's being silly. He was checking to make sure he could go to a release of, I assume, the Final Fantasy Magic deck? It landed on our usual date day. That's why he was checking. Anyways, where is community content on or after on? Wait, what is a popular setting for certain indie games? Oh, do you mean post-apocalyptic is? They haven't released yet. He mentioned that the release date for the Final Fantasy thing was going to be on the 6th. So I assume that's when it comes out? Yeah, I don't see a setting for turning off collision or something. Key findings. Natural brutalism or dark modernism, not post-apocalyptic brutalism. Yeah, I imagine what I'm imagining is just post-apocalyptic brutalism. Oh, it is getting dark. We should probably sleep. We will use the bed here. Oops. Nope, I have just slept tonight. Oh, I should have checked the lights! Oh well. We'll check it next time. I am sure we will end up working on the garden until nightfall again. The sound of the book closing, I keep thinking is a box falling on my head. Like, I've heard the box sound too many times. Oh, do we want to stick some sunflowers in this garden? Maybe more, like, over here? Why is the bed right next to the door? It's not right next to the door. It has the little division wall here. So you don't see the bed when you go in the door. But the entire place is just one room, aside from the bedroom and downstairs. Because this is a pretty small place. And the kitchen is over here because you have the herb garden and stuff outside on this side. Alright. I guess I kind of want those sunflowers there. We need, like, white flowers here, though. What would be a good white flower to put there? We could do maybe daffodils? They mix the white and the yellow? Oh, but I should probably do soil. The hard part's gonna be fitting them in. Come on, cooperate. Scarra, thank you for the follow. Ooh, daffodils definitely look nice. They're gonna take a while to fill in this space, though. I kind of wish that there was a larger cluster that I could place all at once. Did I place that poorly? No, I can still fit one in there. That's an interesting source of knowing flower names from. I don't actually know where I've picked up most of, like, the flower knowledge I do have. So I know I was also... Actually, no. I probably picked up most of my, like, garden knowledge from my mum, because she likes gardening. True, they do have that flower song, don't they? I forgot about that. Come on, you gonna fit there? There we go. Oh, it has decided to make me stand up because I fell a little bit. There we go. There's a spot for that. Definitely feels like it takes a lot of finagling to get garden in. Come on. So in reality, this is probably overcrowding. I don't know how far apart you're supposed to plant daffodils. I think that looks pretty good, though. Maybe we just remove, like, one or two from here. Like that one. And that one. There we go. That is slightly less overcrowding now. That back one I want to remove. There we go. That's pretty cute. Yeah. I like that. Got a nice natural retaining wall and everything. Now we just have this whole side to do. Slowly working our way around. And we'll probably want to put some more shrubbery and stuff out here. But we'll... one thing at a time. And I think we'll finish with the wrap around the first and then just wrap around the house first. And then, like, spiral outwards until we're happy with it. So this side then. Maybe we start with the pine tree one. This one. We got big one on the other side. Ooh. Is that there? Maybe even a second? Now the question is, does that poke into the balcony, and does that poke into the bathroom? Poking into the balcony like that is fine. That looks like it's just a natural thing that has happened. Now what about in the bathroom? Okay, it's... oh, it is a tiny bit there. We might want to pull it out, like, slightly. I thought it might. It did feel very close. I think... there? that should be enough. Let's go check inside, confirm. Is balcony? Yeah, balcony still has the poke through, but that's a nice amount of poke through. Still kind of. I think I'm just gonna accept that though. I think that's an acceptable amount of clipping. Now back to rocks. And making little pathway thing. This one? Or which one was the one I was using? That one's a small one. That'll fit well here. Do you have a redwood growing through your base? That is a pretty interesting thing to have growing through your base. This one. Come on, where's the spot? I guess there is the spot? Yeah, that'll do. You found a vid that shows very closely what you're talking about? Turn down the lighting, slant some of the interiors, and add a few waterfalls and houseplants. Fair enough. I think I've seen a couple VR chat worlds like that. That sounds familiar to me. There we go. What do we do with this kind of divot that I've got here? I suppose have the garden come out more? Oh, maybe we put, like, large rock. Maybe that's why they had to go around it. Not because of garden, but because of rock. If rock will place there, that sounds like a good way of doing it. Oh, I saw it. Hey! Okay. I quite like that. Is there a Dissy posted in general chat? Oh, I'd recommend putting it in things you found, but let me go take a look. Alright, let me go look in Discord, now that I'm not distracted. Ah, yes, that kind. Yeah, autocorrect struggles from time to time. That is very accurate. Do I have a better rock for there? If only I could stack these rocks together, that would look so nice. But I can't. This one? Yeah, I saw it. Yay! It fits! It fits really nicely, actually. I like that. Alright, so now I can get it more in on this side, maybe? Oh, come on. You would look lovely here. Why don't you want to go here? I have a weird idea. This is probably not going to work at all, but I want to try it. If I just make a little platform. Is it going to be happier with rock there? No, it is not. Okay. Interior decorating, what's my least favorite kind? That's a difficult question. I like to challenge myself with different styles and stuff. So I don't know about, like, least favorite kind to build. I think minimalist is probably the one that I feel most out of place in living in. And it's kind of hard to do right. So I guess minimalist kind of decorating always feels odd to me. It can definitely be pulled off well and look nice, but it just never feels homey to me. Oh, that's another cool big rock. I want to fit you somewhere. Oh, I saw a flicker. Maybe? Oh. That's quite cool, actually. I kind of like that. I'm gonna leave that. Hi, Moon! Thank you for casting cuteness. Oh, yeah, minimalist for tiny... You were not the first person to hydrate me today. I will hydrate. Minimalist for tiny house does definitely work if you want it to feel airy and breezy. Though I do think... I like doing maximalist styles, honestly, when I'm building stuff. Kona, why? I already hydrated, I'll hydrate again. Alright. There. Now to try and build back up rock thingies. Oh, this is a floaty rock. I don't like that rock. It's not even the third time, Dodd. Kinda spammed like 8 hydrates earlier. Hydrating though. Yes, because I'm getting sprayed so much. I suppose I should just be glad that, like, people aren't rolling the stick cheese on my head or something. Speaking of, I haven't seen Tanny in chat yet. Did they doze off earlier? And I know they were lying in bed with nothing to do earlier in the Discord. Man, nothing wants to go in that spot. Struggles. Maybe I just don't do the wall there? Oh, what if I do tree? What kind of tree did I do there? I matched that kind of tree. Duplicate. It's probably not the tree that's gonna stay here. But I can see, maybe? If I could fit a tree there, that would work really well. But I just don't want to go there. Trees. So I think those were maple trees. Maple? No. What about one of the pine trees? Can I get one of the pine trees to feel better there? Okay, I could fit a pine tree there. Oh, well, I already have a pine tree next to it. That's gonna feel weird. I'm gonna need some other kind of tree there. Spruce, I guess, is one of the ones that we have around us. We just do spruce in that spot. Oh, that clips so much into the house, though. Can I get a taller spruce tree? Maybe a taller spruce tree won't have that problem? Let's try this one. Yeah, that clears the house. I don't know if you'd want a tree that close to your house, but it works. It brings the forest back to the house side. So I think I'm happy with that tree there. Now we need, like, another shrub on this side. Hazel? That's feeling like it fits. Can I fit more around... Yes, if I do more of, like, these guys around the tree, maybe that works? Yeah, that feels like it integrates it more into the garden. So now we just have this spot to fill. And I kind of want to bring back these flowers from over here. I think reusing these is going to work well. Can I not fit it in that gap there? Knew I could. I saw it for a second. There it is. There. Come on, there we go. That gap there. Oh, there's like the tiniest spot there. Can I fit one? No, I might need to grab one of the smaller ones. Hi, Squee. Is your headache feeling better? Moderate? I'm glad it's improving, at least. Where is that one here? I need the smaller version of it. Is that the smaller version? Or is that the taller version? I feel like I can't tell with that one. Soil, yes. Oh, that's bigger version. Saw it fit here for a second, though. Chip still eeping? I hope he is having good eep at least, not like nightmare or something. Because good eep is good. I feel like that's self-explanatory, though. Come on, surely I can fit. I saw it go green for a second. Oh, there it is. Yay! Okay. Maybe we fit that under here, too? Maybe? Maybe not. Come on, cooperate. Plant, please. That jasmine bush is giving me trouble. Can I move that jasmine bush for now? What if we do that and then, like, add a line of these, or at least, like, help them kind of bridge that gap a little bit? Like that. And then put this back? Yeah. I saw it fit for a second. That is probably as close as it can get. That's the orientation, I think. Yeah. That feels like overgrown garden. And the only peeping through bit is there. That's good, that's good. Yeah! I am very happy with that. That feels like such a cozy house. We still have to figure out what we're doing on the patio there. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know. For now, I'm going to try and fill in this little section here. And then we'll come back to that. And I think that's going to be a section that's primarily either a pine tree or holly. Shrubs. Hazel. Hazel, not holly. Because I think hazel bush, like that, should fill it up near immediately. You just put up some dishes? Yeah. I am pretty quick at building games. Or building most things. Sell that one. No, not that. It's not right either. I want more of like a low shrubbery here, I think. I do also have to keep in mind that it could poke through on the other side, which I probably don't want. Pine might be better. Let me double check. Okay, it's not poking through there at least. But I think let's try pine. Where is the pine one? Pine tree! Let's go closer to the wall, but not too much closer. Come on. Cooperate. That kind of works. Does that poke through? It does not. Okay. If that does not poke through, we can close these doors. That looks good on that side. Now it's just that low section there. Could do the hazel again, or we could do... what if we did, like, rhododendron? No. I don't think that one. Maybe it was like... No, that's a huge one. That's big. Don't need big. That's also very big. This might be a good spot for one of the berry bushes that I was mentioning earlier. And blackberries do seem like they would fit in this area. I think that one needs to be a lower one. Kinda works. It almost feels too busy though now. Which is weird to say when it's forest. I guess it works. Now do we want to continue on this side, or do we want to double back and fill in this spot between the fence and the garden? I feel like I should probably do more for what is more or less an herb garden. But I'm also trying to figure out how to make this area make sense. I don't know why these sunflowers just make me happy. Very nice. still figure out where we're putting trash. I feel like they probably want that towards the front of the house. Because it's hilly down, can you out down mushrooms? I assume put down mushrooms. Probably? You need to focus on the back porch? Yeah, you're right. Maybe since this area is, like, so hilly, doing another, like, bush setup of some kind? Maybe, like, a big tree here or something? No, it's too hilly for tree? Well, I just made a whole team give up in DVD. Congratulations, Squee. That sounds like a thing you could do. Man, this really does not want to allow me to have a tree here. Maybe one of the spruce trees? Ah, there we go. Happier with spruce tree, apparently. That does work. I'm tempted to move this spruce tree. And just be like, we relocated it slightly. I think I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna get rid of this tree. So that opens up the space a little bit more, and then we'll close it in with more of the other trees and stuff. Ever so slightly lopsided tree. It's probably a bit concerning that it's leaning towards the house. But luckily this is a game. We don't have to worry about that. Mushrooms are not herbs, but they are edible. And edible is what we're looking for. Okay, that's not too bad. What about the home? Oh yeah, the homeowners insurance DLC. Yeah, that's not a thing in this. Oh, thank you for reminding me about composting. There should be a composter that we can grab and put by, like, the garden back here. That is a very good thing that they would have. Question is, where is it? Outdoor hobbies? Is that where composter is? Compost bin! Found it. I don't think you'd want it right next to the door, though. You generally want these, like, further away. I don't know where exactly we want to put this. Maybe next to this guy? In compost bins, maybe? Let's look those there for now. We can move them around later if we so choose. But I feel like you probably don't want it right next to the back door, otherwise you're going to smell compost all the time. They could also have a beehive somewhere off to the side. That's also cute. I don't think they'd like plastic compost bin. Oh, true, yeah, I wasn't even thinking about how flammable they are, but you are absolutely right. I do kind of like the idea of tucking one of the bins back here. Like that one. I also feel like they would want bin protector thingies, though. Do we even have bin protectors? Oh, barbecue. They have some fun stuff. They would probably want cooking things out here too. They don't have garbage bin protectors from what I see though. I remember those being in House Flipper 1, because there was a job that you had to do to install one to keep rodents out of it. Would have a back porch light for the bin, or more use inside light to get into it kind of person. I think having a porch light here makes sense, so let's add one. Outdoor lights, do we have a wall light? Wall lamps? This one. Make it green like the other outdoor lights we have. I think about there. And then let's duplicate this switch. Put that there. Wiring, remove from group. And then that controls that one. Hey! That works. Oh, now the question is, do we want to put this light at the front too? I think maybe there, and then can also use it for this section here. I'm definitely going to have to redo the wiring on those though, because those are currently on the other group. And then, how do I not have a light switch by the front door is the other question. There's light switch. Is there any other lights that need to be controlled for this? No, because all the lights are either in the bedroom or in the kitchen. There is no living room light currently. Do we want a living room light? I don't think so. We just use that, and maybe stick some candles on the table later. For now, we will stick that there, and then add... close door. There we go. Add that light. And now if we flip the light, is that enough, or do we need another one? They are using redstone and daylight sensors, Avi. I suppose they could. Yeah, so we'll add some candles to the table while I'm thinking about it. We need a tray for them to go on first so that you don't damage the wood table, though. Tray? Which tray now? I kind of like the natural vibe one. And then candle. A TV in your lobby? Oh, TTV. I don't know. There we go. I didn't even notice that this game does the little smoke blur. They're probably not gonna quit if they have audience. And hoi Kona! Meow! Alright. And then back to figuring out this side. So no garbage protector. but we're happy with where that garbage bin is. Debating on if I want to do raised, like, garden section. It doesn't feel like the vibes here, though. It's always option, but it doesn't feel like vibes for this place. We're going overgrown style. So I think we need another shrubbery. Maybe hazel bush, like here-ish. Yeah, that helps that. That's fine as it is. Maybe we bring the rock path out towards those guys? See, this is where it struggles. It's not two struggles, though. That mostly feels like it works. And then we just have that space to fill with various plants and stuff as we wish. Let's put some kind of big shrub there, is what I'm feeling. Do we want pine tree? That kind of works. That feels like it's a bit of a tight squeeze now, which is kind of what I'm wanting out of that spot. But I also feel like it's missing something. Maybe it needs another tree there. Oh, but that is, like, so close to that tree. It's gonna work. This size tree. And get like a small maple? No small maple allowed. Smaller maple? I saw it go green for a second. Right there? No. That feels so spindly. Oh no, not clone. I wanna remove that one. Wiggly maple tree? Almost? Maybe this needs to go the other way. Do wiggle like that. That's not too bad. And then what if we do a hazel bush right here to help beef it up? Oh yeah, that feels like you're really squeezing into thing then. We got so much melon, chat. What do I do with that space? We've got this gap left here. Could we push it aside a little bit? Do you think further back? I was going for like you literally had to kind of squeeze through that. Because having it constrict and then open up is really nice. Yeah, I think even pulling that in more is more what I'm going for. We have... There we go. Yeah, through the hedge. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to figure out how I want to fill the side. Kind of like an arching hedge, but more natural vibe, because the tree is essentially forming the arch. This might be a good spot for this, actually. This takes up so much space. Yeah, that works. I have not seen hedge arch in this one. Arch. They've got, like, the garden arch, but it doesn't have plants on it. It is just the base of one. They're kind of missing the overgrown aspect of it. So that might be cute. Can I put that here? Oh, green. Yes. Can I scoop this in a bit? There we go. Can you plant on the garden arch? I think the closest I can do is probably, if I go over here, grab the hanging ones. All hanging ones. Like, if I do the creeper one, yeah. So I can't put any of the wall ones on, but I could put, like, a rose bush, maybe? No? No, oh, wait, yes! So I could do rose bushes on it. Can I fit a rose bush on the other side? I can. That kind of works. So now the question is, are we going to have that be the only entrance and block this off? Or do we just want to do, like, smaller plants that you probably don't want to trample, but you still could if you need to? Like, well, lilac's pretty big. That's not what I was thinking. Small blueberry bushes? Like, just along here? Blueberry is probably the way to go. I'm glad you think it's awesome. Come on, surely I can fit one last one here. No? Oh, wait, there it was. There we go. Alright, so then we have like a line of blueberry bushes separating. And then we can beef it up on this side. Make it feel like it's actually kind of separator. And then last one. There. Yeah. So now you've got wall that you could easily jump, but you've also got clear indicator a path is over here. So that works well. And that gives a pretty nice view to, like, backdoor and stuff from here. I'm quite happy with that. The other thing I wanted to do was change the style of this. Because I don't think I want... Oh, maybe we do the yellow. Oh, the streamer quit? That sucks. Do we change those to white, or are we happy with the yellow? The yellow feels too close to the wood there. So I think we swap. I think white's the better one. Oh, they weren't live? Fair enough. Probably just trying to grind or something then. That is that is definitely overgrown with clear path through it. So I think I've spot on the vibes there. Now we just need to figure out how to integrate this other section. I think we need lower shrub there. I'm sure they don't get points for quitting, but if they're trying to grind something specific and it's giving them trouble, maybe that's why they would swap. Though I suppose they still risk penalty then, so I don't know. I don't play game. Yellow jasmine? It doesn't penalize them for leaving? Or is it just that there's nothing that they would be grinding that they'd want to leave for? Well, yeah, I'm aware that it would reset them, but it's still, like, if they're trying to do a certain thing and it, say, requires you to get hit by X character or get hit X many times and you're something that instant downs, that's probably not useful for them. And so then they'd end up swapping. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong in what they're trying to do or anything like that. Oh, the challenge entirely will reset? So they'll have a different challenge? We need another shrub there. I don't know how game works. I'm just making guess. There could be something other than that that has thing of you would want certain enemy for it. I mean, the house is basically done. We're just working on the garden. Did you want to see inside the house, Adam? Very nice place. I don't imagine anything would be enemy specific, just easier with other enemies, but again, I don't know game. No, this is not my secondary office. This is house we're selling. So they just rage quit then. Could do sunflowers over here? But that feels like a large space for sunflowers. I want to fill with something low but nice, if that makes sense. Fern? Ooh, maybe fern. I have had some that were difficult to sell. I think I've had one that turned into my office because of that. But usually when I set out to work on a house, I know whether I'm planning on turning it into office or sell. And then it's not that difficult to sell at the end because I was planning on it all along. Yeah, I think the ferns helped quite a bit. And if you like cozy building games, you will definitely like this game. And I'm sure you will get me to play Dead by Daylight one day, Squee. How do I want to fill out the space behind that? Do I just do more shrub? Or do I do something else? I could do, like, shed? Maybe shed is a good option. You've got outhouse back there, but it doesn't seem like our outhouse. I should double check my music? Oh, is it not playing? Oh, why is it not playing? Hang on. Yeah, I see it's not doing the thing. Give me a second. Oh, yeah. Trying to 100% House Flipper takes a while. Studio mode, and then go to music. Did that? No? What the heck? I don't have any filters on that. Why is it not showing up? This is one of the weird things about my setup. Is I've got nested scenes and stuff that just sometimes don't want to work. Let me know when you guys can hear the music, because I'm going to keep fiddling with it for a second. Maybe if I swap it to something else. And then swap it back. Did that work? Hey! Okay. I don't know why that worked, but it did. Okay, good. Now then, back to figuring out how to fill this space. Probably shed next to composters is still not a great idea, so probably shrub is a better option. And if we want very tall shrub, maybe lilacs? We've not done lilacs. I feel like maybe they did like lilacs or something to try and cancel out the smell. Cover it with flowers. That kind of works. Can I change the color of them? No. But I can add soil. And I think the soil helps a bit. What if we do more of these on the other side? Kind of to help beef it up. That needs to scoop a bit. Yeah, I like that. And then do another one. Okay. Yeah, I like that. We still got all this section to figure out what to do with, and back here. I mean, how much do we actually want to reclaim and how much should be wild forest? That's kind of question now. Fair enough, Dawn. That is a very silly situation. Oh. I've just remembered I forgot to swap them back. There we go. What all have we got over here? So we've got the mint and the basil there. What is... I think we meant for that to be something? I don't remember. Something edible was the plan. I don't think that is actually an edible plant, but it was meant to stand in for one. Which tree's getting in my way? That one is. That's fine though. Not too bad. Maybe we could use these as like stand-ins for tomato plants? Or like other trellis plants that you would have? Everything is edible once! Maybe get rid of this end one. So they have the full walk around. I suppose that's one thing that I do kind of miss from House Flipper 1, is they had the full-on, like, farming setup. That'd make this so much easier. That almost looks like wheat. It'd be kind of a weird one to have. I am edible exactly once. Do not eat me. It's not worth it. Thank you for the shill, sweet. There we go. Some of these need to be rotated a bit more. Maybe scoot that one closer over here. Yeah, so now we've got a little garden patch there. Maybe we carry on the rock path this way then? And can fill in that side there? That kind of works. Let's go check the lights by the front though. Okay, so those haven't turned on yet. I am not built like a Kit Kat. I am built like a cat. And no, do not eat Tide Pods. Layers of wafered sweetness and tides. No! You're just gonna get freaking soapy tasting fur, I'm sure. I know I have 2 tails and all, but that is not the 2 bars of a Kit Kat. I mean, have you seen how I moved on? I am very cat-like. I have videos of me chasing laser pointers at this point, I'm sure. Actually, no, I know I do. I know I do, because I did it in the organism world. I am toy? What do you mean I am toy? I don't know whether I should be offended by that or not. I want to see the lights. Can I just... Okay, I can just turn them on. Maybe they never turned automatically on. Maybe I just always had to turn them on. Pretty tails? My tails are fun to play with. Okay, that actually looks super cute. I love that. That is adorable. I'm Cat Williams with a voice changer? I don't even know who Cat Williams is. Here, hang on. I'm gonna set this here for a second. We'll turn the HUD off while I do thing. But I have 2 tails. See? They're 2 very swishy tails. Not at all like a Kit Kat. No Kit Kat here. I can make myself stand on the path, kind of. Slow it down a bit. There we go. Yeah. I am in the space. I think it helps more if I turn on the dynamic character. But I am cute. African American stand-up comedian? Ah, that explains why I don't know them. I don't know comedians very well. There we go. This is not my house. This is someone else's house. I'm just having fun testing it. We'll turn on light. There we go. So do we have enough light back here? Not quite. Let's go grab the ones that we had over here and put some around the garden out back. We could do... maybe one there, and then one there. I mean, I'm glad I fit in proportionally. Yeah, I think that little bit of light helps it a lot. That feels like it makes a lot more sense now. And now, since it's so dark, I think we go to bed and then work on this more in the morning. Oh, that looking out the window is so cute, though. That is adorable. Yay, daytime. Okay, that's it. Alright, so lights are still on, but that's fine. Still need to figure out this corner. Do we have mushrooms? Mushroom. We do. I wish I could change their size or something. I can't! My wish was granted very quickly. There we go. I think that's cute, having some mushrooms around the compost. That feels right. Can I do like a gazebo or something over there, actually? Garden pavilion? Oh, that's big though. Garden pavilion is too big. What about this one? This one works. Whether it looks good is another question. I don't think it works. Not here. Would be a really cute thing, but I don't think it works. Could do a garden swing, maybe. That's kind of cute. Just tucked away where you can look at the garden. Then I should be able to do stone path up to it. We'll put final one there, and then come back from that. That? Yeah, that's cute. I like that. So then we need to fill in this spot next. Or do we? I think a little bit around the bottom of those hedges. Maybe just a bit of the, hazel, was it? Yeah, hazel. Doing like a little bit of hazel bush there. And then maybe the smaller one right there. That looks pretty good. Oh, we've got that bit there though. This one, yeah, that one's just about the right size to fill that gap. Yeah, that's very nice, very nice. Oh, computer struggled for a second there. What do we want to do on this side is now the question. Just kind of filling in bit by bit. This is definitely gonna take all stream if we continue at this rate, and probably some of next too. Might just wanna pick up the pace, but I am enjoying it too, so I don't know. I don't know how much I care to rush it versus actually take my time and do proper garden. But there's like a whole over half the garden we haven't even touched. I think maybe we rush it a little bit more so that we can get on to the next house
maybe get rid of the path this way. And then we can just kind of fill in the rest of that bit with a bit more of the kind of style we're doing there. And then the rest we just kind of get more trees and shrubs and stuff. Duplicate that one. And another pine there. No, that covers that too much. Where's my short one? There's the short one. There we go. That helps bridge that gap, and then I'm gonna do another big group here. Something like that. Help flush it out a bit. Do a pine tree on this one over here. Pine tree and more hazel. What got me into House Flipper? I've always liked doing the building style of games, so I had my eye on it when it was pretty early. I don't know if there was anything, like, specific that brought me into it. It was just kind of always up my alley. I do think that helps a bit. Just scattering shrubbery. Maybe we do the same thing over here-ish. And do another hazel group. Maybe this one has this one butt into it. That works. And then I still don't know what I'm doing for this side of the house. Oh, right, I wanted cooking spot, didn't I? I wanted cooking spot somewhere over here. Could either put like a little grill here, or maybe like through here, and this is their cooking spot? That could work through here. You're a god gamer? Did you do a thing, Squee? Is that what you're saying? Maybe not. Duplicate these. Oh, no, come on. Saw the green for a second. Right there. Can I fit one more? There we go. A little bit A little bit overgrown, but feels like it works. And then add the logs underneath here. I like the less... Oh, maybe those ones don't fit. Maybe we need the lower ones? Yeah? Surely logs work. Why do logs not place here? Campfire? Campfire places here. Is that how you're supposed to use this? Brick barbecue? Maybe it's just wood piles over here. There's also a pizza oven as option. Is an open stove oven? I'm confused. But this is a brick barbecue, if that's what you're asking. Charcoal grill? Maybe? No. That kind of works, kind of doesn't. Feels weird. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for with that. It's one of those where it just continues to work, so why replace it type things. I feel like that one doesn't quite fit vibes. I have no idea what they used in the ships. Nah. There is a pool. They could get a pool. I don't think that's their vibe, though. Oh, Townsend. I have not seen any of their stuff in a long while. But they had some really cool content. I know I saw one of theirs on, like, the oilcloth stuff that was pretty cool. And then, I think it was Cacio e Pepe. That was, like, they're pointing out really old mac and cheese, basically. And yeah, you would certainly have to avoid the ship burning down. Oh, watering can would be a smart thing to put somewhere. They keep the watering can by the door, or would they keep it somewhere else? Maybe just there. Actually, wait, didn't I put watering can inside? I did. There's watering can right there. Okay, so no watering can out here, because watering can's already inside. These would still be good to have. We could also put, like, garden supplies hanging on the wall here. That might be cute. garden work. There we go. So now they've got garden supplies here and stuff inside as well. That should work. No hose. Still want bees somewhere. Maybe bees go over here? I don't know why that one has decided it can go back further than the others. Maybe that? So they've got a couple beehives over there, which means they're probably going to want stepping stones to them. Let's do these that way. That way. There we go. That works pretty well, I think. And now we have a bit more of a clear outline of where the garden is. How about we do... We already have holly over there. Do they have any allium? Because allium is what grows from, like, garlic and onions. So that'd be a really cute way of adding stuff to the garden. Geranium look kind of close. I don't know why I struggled to say geranium. It's kind of a weird one. Tulips, bulbs, lilies. Not what we're looking for. Jelly bean plant's a weird one. I don't think that's actual jelly beans though. We'll just do a line of these ones first. I guess there's gonna be a gap, because it just don't like hill. I suppose there was just a spot where the plants were like, no, we don't want to grow here. The soil not right. There's big rock in way or something. That at least works. Next one. I suppose we could do the same with basil if we wanted. I kind of want to add something that like looks like carrots or something though. Not looking too bad. Oh, and there's another gap. They're just struggling a bit on this part. There we go. It feels kind of farmish. I need something here. Maybe we just bring the blueberries back around, actually. Start them from, like, up here. Man, you're making a lot of people quit today. Ah, that does sound frustrating. What is it, Connor? Dan? Just the one? Hydrate. There we go. Alright, back to placing low barrier around garden. There we go. That definitely helps make it feel more defined. Now it's just a question of what do we do with this space? So much space. Maybe we bring some of these over? But we kind of need big shrubbery to fill this space a bit. Does that poke through? It does not. Good. And I'm glad it's looking good. We'd be spending a lot of time in disappointment if it was not looking good. We need to do some more of these guys in this corner. No, they're a little bit too low for that spot, so maybe we bring this out first. We have a lower one over here, too. So we can kind of use to fill this gap. If it'll let us. Something like that. It's not too bad. And then now if we add these guys on top of it. Wait, what? You're curious what this does, oh Geronimo? What are you attempting? You boxed me. Why did you box me? Could have struggled to get out of it if I wanted to. I just kind of felt like chilling and being silly. You haven't seen that one before? Hang on, now I feel like I need to redo the box and try and get out of it to show you what that looks like. Hang on, let me do the thing. But we'll see if my hands want to cooperate with me this time. Where is... Oh! Okay, someone else got it. Hands off. Struggle. Out of box, please. Kind of. Ah! I'm clipping. There we go. When my hands want to cooperate more, it works better. I still need to properly fix my setup for that. Did that not pick that up? I'll duplicate that. There we go. We'll do this one. And then smaller one. Fill in the gap. Now, does that poke through on the inside is the question. It does not! Yay! So that's pretty good then. We'll probably just want more flowers on this side, since it would be for the bees. I feel like I also want, like, narrow entrance here, so we're gonna have to beef up this side more. Let's do another maple, I think. So if we yoink this maple, then we can put that down over here. Let's put it by the bees? Yeah, now this feels more like a shaded area, and we can kind of nestle this in a bit more. I want to do maybe another one of these kinds? I hope I have enough to get at least a Whopper with cheese. That's not too bad. And then pine tree. Pine tree on this side. Maybe? Maybe not? How much is it gonna fight me? Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Pine tree there. We could do another one of these next to this tree. Have that scoot out a bit. And then, if we're wanting more flowers in this area, I feel like this is a pretty good one to do with that. It's so hard to see where I'm moving with this, though. It's so big. It doesn't look too bad, though. Maybe scoot this guy forward a little bit. And then if we use the hazel to fill in the gaps, I think that'll be good. Bush. And then like the larger hazel bush. That's not too bad. Do we want to continue path all the way around, or do we want to leave that as is? I think let's try and continue it. I saw this. There we go. So now we have a little path all the way through. Can I get this to be a bit wider here? Yeah, that looks better. Maybe even squeeze that there. That works. And then we just need flowers in this area. Like the only low, wide flowers I kind of know are these ones, and even then they're not that wide, and I just don't want lavender. I really don't want lavender. Lavender makes me anxious. I don't want it. Maybe I do rose bushes? That'd be cute. Fair enough. Have a good night, bud. Rose tree is an option. Thank you, Dad. Ah! Hydrating. Alright, well, maybe I just do these ones again. But instead of, like, big cluster, we do more rows of them here. Or maybe not. Oh, maybe? Oh, but this doesn't want to place here. Can I? No? Either way? Oh, move this way. Bit of a weird gap on that last one, but I feel like that works. I feel like I want to swap out this one though. Swap out this middle row. Maybe turn that into rose bushes. Could do white roses. Yeah, swapping it up definitely makes it look better. So that makes sense for garden then. And it somehow works with the slope and hills and stuff. Now we just have the other half and a quarter. We've got a bit left. And let's see if... Oh. No, I didn't mean to sell that. That was wrong. I did it wrong. Where's pain? Wall pain? This one? Yeah, that was the one. I hope that's in the right place. I'm sorry, I accidentally sold it, Kana. I didn't mean to. sell that one and replace that with the smaller one, I think. Is that one smaller? Yeah, that one's a little bit smaller. I think. Is it? I can't tell now. Yeah, that fits in a little bit snugger. So that should be fine. Got that. That works. And then we've got a little wood place there. Tight and bigger garden. Then it tightens again. Oh, it's just this side. What do we want to do on this side? I think I'm happy with that front now. Do we want path to fully hook up? Maybe we just make it a meandering path. So we take like this here, and then I guess we'll start from this spot. There, going this direction. And then more that way. Kind of trying to pop through the trees a bit. Starts curving back this way. I could straight shot it there, but I don't really want it. Maybe around that tree too? So it curves back that way. It goes and hugs the tree a bit closer. And then it goes and connects up. There and there should connect up fairly nicely. That kind of works. I now just need some excuses for why it takes that long route and blocks some sightlines. So coming off of this one, we need hedge stuff there. Could I do... What if I do, like, a pine tree? Struggle with seeing where this is going. Doing that, and then follow that up with one of the smaller pine trees. Not the smallest, but smaller ones. Like that. So that does a pretty good job at stopping that sightline there. And then this side, maybe do big rock. You big rock? You are big rock, but you are not as big as I want. Because I want big rock. Oh! Is that my headset cutting out? Yeah, that is my headset cutting out. Hang on. Let me see if I can turn it back off and on again. See if that fixes it. There we go. I have music back. They really would. You would have to just make them work wherever they were in real life. Unless you really wanted them gone. So a couple big rocks, maybe one more big rock? Big-ish rock. That works. But I don't like this sightline. I want it to be... This whole thing actually needs to be a bit more meandery, I think. I think we'll scoot this back that way. And then start bringing it in. That should work. Yeah, because now it doesn't feel like a straight line. Now it feels like a kind of just wander through the forest type thing. I'm not entirely sure why they have this path. I would like it to be a dirt path more than anything else, but I don't think we have access to that. I suppose one thing I could do is make platform or something here. Because if I put a destination here, then both of those paths now suddenly make sense. Hi, Greenheart! You made it for just the last bit of stream. And we have the stream avatars today, so you can do the dice. What could be a destination here? Yeah, the Dirt DLC hasn't been released. And let's rotate. The door is that side. That might work. It's a little bit off though. It's a little bit too close to that. That needs to be out more. But not enough to hit the fence. Like that. That's better. Yes, you can roll your d20 again. You can do silly things. You roll for cheese throw? Of course you roll for cheese throw. There we go. So now we've got lovely gazebo that has a little path to it that makes sense. I am glad I could save your day. The roll is taking its sweet time though. Let's do maybe another one of these. Something to shroud this a little bit more, at least from path side. Oh dear, why is it broken again? Let me try Twitch side. Oh, wait, I think I know why it's possibly broken. Try it now. This needs to come out more. That looks pretty good there. Maybe scoot this one in a little bit more. And then... Is it still not going? I thought I fixed it. Oh, it went... Okay, good. It is not entirely broken then. It is only minor struggles. But I will take that first 19 as the cheese one. So let me add the cheese to my head. That was a very weird way to say head. There we go. Cheese on my head. That's pretty nice. I think let's do a couple more on this side. Something like that. I don't know what that space is going to be, but I think it's just going to more or less be left as it is. I have not been wanting to put cheese on my head for hours, I just know that they wanted to. And I was surprised that both Green and Tanny weren't here, because I was expecting them to terrorize me with items for like the entire stream. What's up? Okay. Boyfriend just opened my door to play Rick and Morty sound clip. I was very confused. Or at least I think it was Rick and Morty sound clip. Sounded like Morty. And yeah, boyfriend is good. I love boyfriend. Got a dancing green heart. I need a pine tree. No, I need a smaller pine tree than that. Where are my smaller pine trees at? Oh, that was Lemon Grab from Adventure Time? You heard it? I didn't realize my mic picked up that much. Maybe we do taller pine tree too. More of these. My boyfriend is very much a media glutton. I don't know of anything he wouldn't watch. I'm sure there is something. He has stopped watching things before. I just don't know what they are. I will tell him chat was impressed. Let's grab the little ones. There we go. Maybe a couple more on this one? No, it really does not want me to put it where I want to put it. I think let's put a table in here. Oh, right, I wanted to put a birdhouse out this side because we have window with bird watching stuff. Hang on, let me hop over here so I can show you guys. See, we've got their little journal where they're keeping track of the birds and the binoculars they're using. So I want to put birdhouse out there. And I'm sure you would, Greenheart, and there's always going to be next time. I know next stream is going to be on it's on Saturday. And we're doing Scrap Mechanic. Oh, so if it's Scrap Mechanic, I don't know if I'm going to do the stream avatars on that stream, because Scrap Mechanic can be a bit laggy. So I'll have to think about that. bath, maybe? That bird bath feels way too fancy, though. Oh, maybe I can change the style? Yeah. Do, like, bird bath there? And then maybe I can add some low shrubs around it? How does that look from out the window? Yeah, you can see that from the table very clearly. So that seems like it'd be a great bird watching spot. Just hopping over plants. Birdhouse. You can't stick it on trees, and you can't stick it on the gazebo. So I don't think... Well, maybe put birdhouse, like, over here still? Because they clearly like birds, and that's probably still going to give them at least a little bit of sight to them. Kind of encourage the birds to stay. Back to shrubbery. Looking short shrubbery this time. They really want herbs. Giving them fruit heat, maybe? Or let's do this one. Maybe that one, actually. Something that they can kind of easily trample if they need to do something with the bird bath. Oh, and then what if we build up ferns on that side too? We've established ferns are in this area on the other side. So it makes sense to use them again. Where are the other ferns? Are they under ornamental plants? They were. Bracken fern. I am glad that you like the place green. I'll have to try and sell it to you at the end, see if it'll let me. There they are. These a bit more pulled out. It would be a really cool feature if you could sell to Twitch chat or something. Or just input by your name. Where are the small ones? They're there. Yeah, I'm not gonna sell for a bunch of stuff in uranium. I don't want uranium for sure. we go open on right hand side, closed on right hand side, open on left hand side. I feel like I need something to warrant meandering to this side on this. Yeah, no, the uranium is not a snack. How does it look from out the window? Pretty good. You can definitely get a clear view of the bird bath. It is a bit open on that side, but I feel like that should be intentional. Oh, I also still have not put anything over here either. How about a hammock over there? We have hammocks, right? Yes, we do, but it doesn't fit. Does the hammock fit in the gazebo? If it does, I'm putting the hammock in the gazebo, and I'm putting the table over there. There we go. Hammock in the gazebo. Why didn't you expect to see me in a maid outfit today? I'm in a maid outfit like every Thursday now. Just that. That kind of works. Yeah, because I do house flipper on Thursday currently. So why wouldn't I be in a maid outfit while painting and doing stuff? Let's do this pine tree and put that. I can barely see where I'm going. There. Eh. Lag for a moment. Okay, so I've somehow ended up with that in the corner. That still works. Plate armor to do chores might be a bit much. Just a bit. And then where are the little pines? These guys. That brings some of that back. And then we can use these guys again. Kind of thicken up this side. And then kind of serve as a bit more buffer here. It's looking a bit better on that side. I feel like we need something in the middle here. And I know we are slightly over time, but I want to get this done, and then we'll pick which house we're doing next time. And call it good. Also, I forgot to put more of these down. I think we'll do a couple by our lovely swing over here, and then just one over by the bees, maybe. Two over by the bees. And then gazebo should have two by the entrance too. Oh, that doesn't. There we go. So then, what do we put in this section here? Where do we put anything? Because it's not a terrible sightline. Yeah, you probably don't do that. Maybe a picnic table out here? Oh, it looks nice open? Does it look better open or with the picnic table? Did you put a beehive there? We have a beehive on the other side, by the flower garden. Because our beehives are over here. Those are our beehives, right there. I have realized that I forgot to add... picnic table doesn't take away from it? Okay, so we'll go with picnic table then. And that should help beef up the area a little bit, and then we want smaller ones as well. Oh, I saw a spot. Oh, there. Right. There we go. That spot. Beef up this a bit more. There we go. So that should solidify that a bit. Alright. Shall we do the house tour, or the garden tour, and then check out the house and then sell it? 'Cause I think that's pretty good. We've got our big open area with the picnic table here. Then going around the side, we've got the flower garden, or well, one of the flower gardens. And then our lovely grill section that is right outside our back door from our kitchen. And then we've got our compost bins. That one does not want to open. Neither of them want to open now? Oh, the lilacs are probably blocking it. Well, they can normally open. It's being silly. And then we've got the little plant garden with like herbs and vegetables and stuff. Swing over there. Beehives and flower garden here. I'm not gonna do that right now, Green. And then we've got a bit of an open space here, where we've got our bird bath that is visible from our bird window, and the gazebo with the hammock in it. And then back around to the front. Do I want to scoot this? I'm gonna scoot this a little bit. This can instead be over here. Just a little bit closer to the path. And then if we head inside, well, before we head inside, we've got a nice little lounger there. And then inside, we've got a place to store your shoes, take off your coats, all that kind of stuff. Umbrella if you need it for when it's raining outside. Coats and hats and stuff. Books here with the radio for emergencies. Firewood and the wood-burning heater. Bedroom off to the side here. Then we've got the bathroom that is very lovely and nature-filled. I'll show you downstairs in a second. We've also got our living room, the previously mentioned bird-watching window, our lovely kitchen, and then they've got piano as well. And then downstairs we have more of the storage, where they've got some plants and stuff dry in. This is a very nice, super cozy place. And I think we're about ready to sell it. So let's see. How do we sell again? I have forgotten. Sell house. That's what we're doing. Okay. So our renovation cost might have been a bit high. we spent 177,000 on the house. Yeah, very open floor plan outside has very much to do. We spent 177,000 on the house. We sold everything inside for 13,000, and then spent another 134,000 on renovation costs. This is before we've put it for auction. Yeah, the rocks might have cost a bit. Let's see what we get. So we are already, well, I guess that's the only offer we have. But we get 151,000 in profit. That's not too bad. That is pretty good. So I think we'll sell to Elijah. Confirm. And we'll make sure that we save a copy to sandbox mode. Just to be sure we've got what we want. Because it might be fun to explore that later and do a, look back at some previous houses. And I don't think he's a sucker. That's pretty good for the house we made. So we'll hit continue, and then see. It should have some before and after pictures. Yes, it does. So that's the outside before. I should have waited until day to sell the house, I guess. It's a little bit funny to see. I suppose the darkness does make it seem extra cozy. Because it is quite the interesting turnaround on most of these rooms. I should have left the lights on downstairs at the very least. It looks so creepy down there. But it's looking pretty darn nice. It actually looks super cozy. Alright, I think we're gonna save photos for that one. I'm very pleased with that. And then do I really have to balance an egg? Got a 19. I don't really want to search for an egg picture. We're already over time. How about this? Green, you get advantage on your next roll because I'm not gonna do it. And that's your next roll on next stream, not this one. Yes, this was a while ago. I still want to redo it because couch in front of bed feels weird now. But that's a thing for another day. I think I want to pick another house to do for next time. That way I can have an easier time making thumbnails. Oh, so that's supposed to be a co-op one, I think. It's nice that they added a cute little thingy for it. Oh wait, I've got perks unlocked? What did I unlock? Selling houses! Do we want two buyers to choose from? Or do we want Business Shark, which gets us even more? I think I'd rather see price increase first. So we'll do price increase. And then... So how much have we gotten now? We've got 620,000. So probably doing... The one that we actually wanted to be our next place, I think, was the alligator bar. I think? Was that the one that had the cool garden out back and stuff? So we are not quite at the price of that yet, and we definitely want wiggle room to actually renovate it. So, question is, what do we want to do next time? If we're wanting another house that we want to flip, I'm leaning towards another smaller place, given just how much time I put into these houses. Or we could do more jobs to unlock more places, because I'm apparently missing a bunch. Over the Garage and Fairy Tale look fun? I think since we just did a cottage one, I'm leaning towards the Over the Garage, since that one could be done more modern style and probably fit pretty well. If you want to try a more medium-sized one, medium-sized would probably be maybe the house left behind I would count as medium. There's also places like the waterfront house, Bloodstone house. Old barn could be fun, but we did do a rustic one already. Harmony in Nature is pretty wild. I think I'm leaning towards Over the Garage, though. Red brick fixer-upper, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. So it's not a big place. It is still very, very on the smaller side. I wonder if I could turn it into a 3-story. And how steep is that roof? Nah, the roof's not steep enough for a 3-story. Alright, we will get this one for next time. So let's go see the outside of it. We will not step inside yet. I just want to have outside of it up for closing remarks. Oh man, this is already looking to be a mess. You can't even step back far enough to really... Oh, there's so much work to do next time. And at least you guys have things to look forward to, because this will be quite the interesting challenge for next time. Here, I will scoop here, do that, and then if I hit that button, there we go. Now you should see me closer. No, there is not edible stuff on the floor. It's not the case. So as I mentioned before, we'll be back on next Saturday. Not this Saturday. We'll be back Saturday. And we're going to be doing Scrap Mechanic with Adam and Loki, as well as Squee. And I'm very excited for that. I'm going to try and build a car as soon as possible. Though the early car stuff is kind of... So, I don't know. Maybe not as soon as possible, but I'm looking forward to making a car again. Because making cars in that game were really fun. And then on Sunday, I am going to be playing Sky Children of Light for the first time with a whole bunch of the Haywen crew. So we're going to see how that game goes. I have never played it before. I have only seen like little bits of it. So I'm excited to see what it's all about and see how it goes. And then on Tuesday, we have the For the King 2. I hope we can finish the game soon. We're getting very close. We have like 2 quests left to do in the entire game. And yes, I am playing Sky. And then on next Thursday, we'll be back doing this house. So very exciting, fun week planned. And I hope to see you guys there. Green, don't let me forget that you have the advantage on your next roll. So, we will see what you end up throwing on me next time. Let's see who we're going to go raid is now the other thing. Who is currently online? Do we want to see someone playing House Flipper? Or do we want to see someone else? There are a lot of people playing House Flipper right now. How about... Oh, choices. So many choices. You flipped the house. Well, hopefully you sold it for a lot. How about we go for Grell Sauce? Grell Sauce is also playing House Flipper and they're a vtuber. And it looks like they're doing co-op mode with 2 of their friends. So go show them some love. Looks like they've been going for a little bit, so hopefully I'm not catching them at the very end of their stream. But that also means that they'll have more to show you guys, which will be very cool. So I hope to see you guys on Saturday. Do it, yeah.